Now let us discuss series AC circuit. So what is series AC circuit? We are going to apply an AC voltage, okay? It's the voltage which is basically AC or sine varying voltage across an electrical component. That component can be a resistor, it can be an inductor, it can be a capacitor, or it can be a combination of all three, right? Or combination of two of them. So let us start with the first, and that is when only resistance is connected in an AC circuit. So this is a circuit where only a resistor is connected across this voltage, and this voltage is basically given by V is equal to Vm sine omega t. If you see this is basically the peak value of the voltage, and this is a sine varying voltage. So we know the voltage, and idea is to find the current, how much current will be flowing in this circuit or in this resistance. So for that, what I am going to do is I am going to apply my Kirchhoff's law. So that is V minus IR is 0, right? This is simply plus V, this is minus IR, and this is the complete loop. So V minus IR is 0, and from here we know that V is nothing but IR. Our idea is to get current, so I is nothing but V by R. What is V? V is given by Vm sine omega t divide by R. This Vm by R I am going to call as Im. Okay, the Vm by R is a constant. Here we are saying let it be a new constant, and that is the Im. Okay, and sine omega t is simply sine omega t. So I am saying that if my voltage is given like that and only a resistor is connected in the circuit, then my current comes to be Im sine omega t. What does that mean? That means the peak value of the current Im is given by basically nothing but Vm by R. Okay, we assume this constant as the new peak, and this is the peak value of the current. Okay, so if voltage is having Vm peak value, then current will have Vm by R peak value when only resistance is connected. What about the phase difference? This is sine omega t and this is also sine omega t. If you see, there is no phase difference, like both are sine graph, they will be called in phase. Okay, so these are the graphs, and here we know that the phase difference is basically 0. If phase difference is 0, then in such case we say pure resistive AC circuit. Okay, so we are calling it pure resistive AC circuit because no other component is there. Okay, capacitor and inductor both are not there. In pure resistive AC circuit, the current and the voltage, they are in phase. Okay, in phase means no phase difference at all. So if phase difference is not there, then the peak current is given by peak voltage divided by the resistance value, and the power factor is what? It is cos phi, and phi itself is 0, so cos 0, and that is 1. So power factor is 1. If power factor is 1, then what is our power? Power has a formula Vrms Irms into cos phi, right? And cos phi is 1, so it is simply Vrms into Irms. If you want, then you can write Vrms as V0 by 2 or V0 by root 2, that is peak voltage divided by root 2, or if you want to write Irms in terms of peak current, you let peak current by root 2, right? So that root 2 and root 2 multiplies and gives you 2. So this is V0 I0 by 2. This V0 and I0 are peak voltage and current, and these are RMS values. It's better to use this formula. So always remember the power formula is Vrms Irms into cos phi. Just cos phi is 1 because phi is 0 when this type of circuits are there. And if you see phase difference is 0 literally means that both are simultaneously 0. Here the blue one is the current and the red one, this is the green one is the voltage. So if you see the voltage and the current, both are simultaneously 0, simultaneously maximum, simultaneously again 0, simultaneously other way around, and simultaneously 0. So that's what it means to be they are in phase. Amplitude is different. One is having Vm amplitude and another is having Im amplitude. So this is basically my Im amplitude and this is my Vm amplitude. So amplitude is different, but they are simultaneously rising, simultaneously sinking. So like they are having same type of graph, both are simultaneously 0 and simultaneously having peak values. Now next is the phasor diagram. So in phasor diagram, we are always going to show our current for series, okay, for series AC circuits, all series AC circuits, not just this one. After this also, in always series AC circuit, we know that current is going to be same, right? When we say some or more component, electrical component, they are in series, what does that mean? Same amount of current flows through them. Different voltages are there, right? So same amount of current, that's why we keep our current on the x-axis. So current is like fixed, current is always there, okay? So we draw IR always here. What about VR? VR depends on the whether VR voltage leads or lag. Based on that we draw. So here we know that voltage and current, they are in the same phase. If they are in the same phase, then we don't keep any angle this way or that way, okay? So this is the basically lead and this is lag for voltage, okay? So here voltage doesn't lead and doesn't lag. It is in the same phase. That's why we are drawing our voltage also here only. So in case of pure resistive circuit, the voltage is drawn and thus on the same axis as current. That means that they are in phase, okay? So phasor diagram we are going to discuss in more detail, and like it will make more sense when more of the components add up. So let us just discuss the next case where we are connecting a inductor, okay? So here instead of a resistor, we are replacing that with a inductor. So this is a single inductor which is connected across a voltage source, and this is again AC voltage source. So let the voltage be Vm sin omega t. Now let us just discuss the entire case. So V is given to us as Vm sin omega t. This is given. Idea is to get an expression for current. We don't know how much current is going to flow. So again, let us start with the same thing. Let us write the Kirchhoff's loop law. So it will be V minus, what is the potential difference across an inductor? L di by dt. So potential difference across an inductor is L di by dt. And then entire circuit is done because only voltage source and inductor were connected. So it is V minus L di by dt. We needed to get the current, okay? So I am writing that di by dt is nothing but it is V by L. It is V goes like this, entire thing goes other way around, we get V by L. What is V? V is nothing but V is Vm sin omega t and by L. This I am keeping aside because this entire thing is a constant. Vm is the peak value of the voltage while as L is the inductance of the inductor. So this I am keeping aside, and now I am making it di is equal to Vm by L sin omega t dt. Now we wanted current, integrate it. So once we integrate it, here this Vm by L is a constant, it will remain same in the process of integration. So let us keep it same. What is integration di? That is current. The Vm by L is a constant, will remain as it is. Integration of sin omega t, right? That is see, what is integration of sin? Minus cos theta, right? So it is minus cos omega t by omega. From here, I am changing its form slightly. Why I am changing is because see, the voltage was given to us. It was Vm sin omega t. We want current also to be something Im sin something, right? Omega t plus something minus something. So to get the proper phase difference, we want to make that form, and for that I am slightly changing it. That is Vm. This is my Vm by L omega. This omega is coming here, and the minus cos omega t. We know that. See, think that originally it was sine and you have converted into cos. So, and it is negative. So, here it has to be, right? So, and I am using like pi by 2 plus minus because the reason is at plus pi by 2 plus minus the cos becomes sine and sine becomes cos. So, I am writing in this quadrant that sine of minus pi by 2 plus theta, like sine minus pi by 2 plus theta will become cos theta and negative 1. Because sine in this quadrant minus pi by 2 plus theta, right? So in this quadrant, the sine is negative, so that negative cos theta, and I just need to replace my theta with omega t. I'll get my answer. So I'm writing minus cos theta, and theta is omega t, is nothing but sine of theta minus pi by 2. So I'm writing theta is my omega t minus pi by 2. And this is the value I am replacing here with. So here what do I get? This thing is sine omega t minus pi by 2. That's an expression for the current. Okay, so I'm just converting this expression slightly. I'm saying this constant thing is my maximum current, Im. We'll discuss this again, that Im is that. Let us just write that my Im is nothing but Im comes to be Vm by L omega. And now this thing is sine of omega t minus pi by 2. This is an expression for the current I. So here V was given to us. We found V was Vm sine omega t. I am simultaneously writing that also. V was nothing but V was Vm sine omega t. If you look at both of these simultaneously, if Vm is the peak value, okay, so if Vm is the peak value of the voltage, then Im is the peak value of current, and Im is given by Vm by L omega. Remember the previous case? In previous case, we said that Im is nothing but Vm by R when resistance was connected. So when resistance is connected, it is V by R, or voltage divided by resistance. Unit of resistance is ohm. So these equation is identical. It just instead of resistance there is L omega. So this L omega is defined as the, you can say, kind of resistance equivalent to an inductor. And rather than, see, resistor offers resistance. Similarly, inductor offers inductive reactance. Okay, XL, we call it XL, that is inductive reactance. This is offered by inductors, and the SI unit of that is also ohm. So Im is nothing but Vm by XL. Okay, now what about the phase difference? If we say the phase difference, as you can see, the current and voltage, they are having a phase difference of pi by 2 or 90 degrees. So phase difference is simply 90 degree, but the way of saying it is different. Okay, so we say that, as you can see, if this is 0, this is minus pi by 2. So we can say that voltage leads. Okay, so voltage leads the current by an angle of 90 degree, or alternatively we can say voltage leads, or we can also say current lags. Current is behind. Okay, so current lags behind the voltage by an amount of pi by 2. So let us just recollect all these things. And so I'll be saying that this was an expression for V, and the current, for current we got this expression, and as all of us can see that current is lagging, or alternatively voltage is leading. You just remember one of the things. What I do remember is, we know that current is always on the x-axis in the phasor diagram. So we will say voltage leads. When inductor is there, voltage leads. Okay, it leads by an amount of 90 degree. And what is Im? Im is nothing but it is Vm by XL. Remember XL? XL is inductive reactance, and we defined it to be L omega. What is omega? Omega is angular frequency. So first let us talk about inductive reactance. We say inductive reactance is L omega. What is omega? Omega is 2 pi f times, so 2 pi f times L. So omega is 2 pi f, right? Omega is angular frequency, f is the normal frequency. So omega and frequency are related like this. So XL is that. And here all the parameters are given, that omega is angular frequency, f is normal frequency in a hertz, and L is what? Inductance of the inductor. Now let us discuss these graphs. So first is peak current. What is peak current? Peak current is V0 by XL, right? What is XL? XL is L omega. Now next thing is phase difference. Phase difference we already discussed, it was 90 degree. Who was leading? The voltage was leading, right? Voltage was leading and current was lagging. The difference is pi by 2. We say that voltage will lead the current by an angle of 90 degree. This is very important thing to remember. Okay, based on this thing only we are going to draw our phasor. And once you understood that how to draw the phasor, you will be able to solve the problems. Now, last is power factor. Power factor is cos phi. Phi is basically plus 90 or minus 90, whatever you write, is going to be 0. So if power factor is 0, then power itself is also going to be 0. So average power used by an inductor is 0. Here is the diagram. And remember I told that how to check which one is leading. So this green one over here, okay, the green one over here is the voltage, and this one is the current. So this starts from here, this starts from here. Which one starts first? It is basically the voltage which is starting first. So voltage is leading by how much? It is leading by an amount of this much. So which is like here the voltage is getting a peak. So 1/4 of the cycle, that is pi by 2, because the full cycle is nothing but 2 pi. So it is leading by an amount of pi by 2. That's an AC circuit containing inductance only. Now this is the phasor diagram. So in phasor diagram, remember we discussed that current is always on the x-axis. So this is my current. Now voltage leads by an angle of 90 degrees. So here the plus 90, okay, so it is in this direction. So voltage you have to draw on y-axis, okay. So this is where the voltage will be drawn in case it is voltage across an inductor, okay. So current we will always draw here. Voltage is at an angle of 90 degree. आपको थोड़ा सा 90 degree आगे दिखाना है. Next case is AC circuit containing capacitor only. So here we are just going to connect a single capacitor, okay. So a single capacitor is connected across the same AC voltage. Again the idea is same. The voltage is given and now we need to get how much is the current which is flowing in this circuit. Let us just move to the board. So here also the V is given as Vm sine omega t, and idea is to get the current. Now this is a capacitor. What is the potential difference across a capacitor? We have already discussed that Q is equal to CV in capacitance, right? So potential difference across a capacitor is Q by C, and now I will be applying Kirchhoff's loop law. So V minus Q by C is nothing but 0. Idea is to get current. First I'll get charge. I'll get an expression for charge, and then I know that dq by dt is my current, right? So what is my V? V is nothing but Q by C, and from here I'm getting my Q as Vc. What is Q? Q is Vc, and what about V? V is Vm sine omega t multiplied by a C. So this is my V, this is my charge Q. And now to find the current, I am simply differentiating it. I know that current is dq by dt. That is, what is differentiation of this? Vm C remains here, and differentiation of sine omega t is cos omega t into further omega. Okay, but remember we were saying that I am sine omega t. We have to make something form like this. First thing, this is cos. Okay, so again I am going to use this. Here the sign is positive, so I know that sine of pi by 2 plus theta gives me positive cos theta, and this is a positive cos theta. So I'll be writing that cos omega t can alternatively be written as sine of theta plus pi by 2 or omega t plus pi by 2. Now just replace, and this thing should be Vm by something. Remember first case resistance, it was Vm by R. Second case, in case of inductor, it was Vm by XL. Right? Now it should be Vm by something. So I am purposefully saying that this thing, entire thing is my Im, and cos omega t is nothing but sine omega t plus pi by 2. So this is an expression for the current. So this is my expression for the current. Now let us just discuss some of the things. Voltage was given as Vm sine omega t, then current is given like this. Who is ahead? The first is the phase difference. So phase difference here is again 90 degree, but which one is leading? Here the leading one is the current. So we say current leads the voltage by an angle of 90 degree, or we can say other way around also. The voltage is lagging behind. Here voltage is behind. You just need to remember the voltage, okay? Current, because current we are going to keep on x-axis. So here voltage is lagging behind. So by an angle of 90 degrees. Second thing is this Im. Im is nothing but Vm C omega, but we always write Vm by something. So this thing can be written as 1 by C omega. When this thing goes in denominator, it can be written like that. And the entire thing I am defining as Xc. So it was Vm by R, Vm by XL. Now it is Vm by Xc. What is my Xc? Xc is called inductive capacitive reactance, and its SI unit is ohm. Okay, so this is similar to kind of resistance which is offered by an capacitor, but we don't call it resistance. Okay, so resistance, a resistor offers resistance, inductor offers inductive reactance. At the same time, capacitor offers capacitive reactance. Okay, so these are reactance offered by a capacitor. The SI unit is ohm only. Now let us just recollect all the information and move back. So we have already seen that if V is given by that, then current is given by this. Here current leads or voltage lags. Okay. What is Im? Im is the peak current, which is the peak voltage by Xc. This time Xc is nothing but capacitive reactance. So let us just discuss that in detail. Capacitive reactance Xc is given by 1 by C omega. Okay, 1 by omega C or 1 by C omega. And what is omega? Omega is 2 pi f, where f is the frequency. Now, what if we are talking about a DC circuit? In a DC circuit, okay, so if this circuit is DC, then the frequency of a DC circuit is 0. And if frequency is 0, then angular frequency is also 0. So for a DC circuit, the Xc or inductive capacitive reactance comes to be frequency is 0, and eventually this comes to be, when this is 0, frequency is 0, omega is 0, this comes to be infinity for a DC circuit. Okay, so for a DC circuit, this thing comes to be infinity. What does this mean? It is infinity means it will oppose infinitely. It will not allow current to flow at all. Okay, so no current will be flowing when a capacitor is connected across a DC current. Now again, what is my peak current? Peak current is peak voltage by Xc. Xc is 1 by C omega, right? And phase difference was 90 here. And who was ahead? It was voltage which was behind, current was ahead. Okay, so I am always writing for voltage. The phase difference is minus 90 degree, and cos phi, the power factor, is like cos of minus 90 is again 0. Okay, and voltage will lag, the power factor is 0, and if power factor is 0, then power Vrms, Irms, cos phi will also be 0. When you see the diagram of phasor, then here the current is always drawn here, and here my Vc will be drawn at an angle of minus 90 degree. Okay, we know that current leads, current has to be ahead. So this is basically leading and this is lagging. So current is always here because we are talking about a series circuit. And what about voltage? Voltage has to be lagging. So lagging, so that's why voltage will be drawn at an angle of minus 90 degree.